Oldenaki here with another Halo 4 campaign mission walkthrough, and today I'm going to show you how to get the second of the two weekly campaign challenges for the week of August 26th through September 1st, which is Reclaim This, which requires that you do the Reclaimer mission on Legendary difficulty. And there's Reclaimer mission, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn on Tilt and Mythic Skulls because we want to increase our own health and that of the vehicles that we use. So no other skulls are necessary for this run. I'm not too worried about strengthening the coveys because we're really not going to deal with them. Okay, here we go as we start the mission. Get through the 343 stuff as it loads up. We skip the cutscene and off and running as we normally do in most of these missions at the beginning. Now instead of going straight to the Mammoth, we're going to make a left turn here and run out of ways across this little ridge. And the idea here is to get the Mammoth rolling a little bit early. It saves you a few seconds on the run. We run down here to these two flat rocks. They look like cow pies actually, and turn around and start running back the other way. And notice that the waypoints have lit up. Captain Del Rio is talking, and the Mammoth is starting to move. And we'll jump back in here through the side door. There we go. Now I can't hear what's being said while I'm doing this voiceover, so you'll have to bear with me on that. I just guess. But regardless, we're switching over to the worthless AR. We grabbed a jetpack, and we're going to swap the AR for a sniper rifle, which we will use. Now I could do this, actually do this mission with no shots. There's one place where I actually fired to make a kill, but I could do it with grenades. And another place where I actually fire off the battle rifle to try to scare off a crawler, but again, I could probably have gotten away with not firing a shot. But the key here is we just want to finish the mission so we get the challenge, which is worth about 5,500 XP, I believe. Okay, so there goes the lead Pelican off into the distance, which we're going to have to go after and to retrieve the target designator. And I'm going to use a little bit of a speed running route here. It's different than what you might see on most videos. But as soon as the Commander Lasky says the Covenant are digging in over on the ridge, do a sprint jump at about a 45-degree angle off the front there, and then follow this path, boost and coast obviously over to the ridge on the right, follow this path. And we're going to get to the target designator essentially by coming in the back way. And it requires a little bit of a tricky jump, or actually a couple, but they are definitely doable. Now I'm running towards this little rock, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sprint, jump, and jetpack, and that's going to give me enough boost to get up to this ledge. And wait for my jetpack to recharge and jump straight up the jetpack. That's a jump jetpack. And run across the top of the rock and sprint off the edge and wait till the last second before I engage the jetpack to slow my descent. Run along the edge of the stream, jump jetpack over the crashed Pelican, get to the target designator, put the first shot on the particle cannon. It takes two with Mythic and Tilt on. Jump down to this rock, turn around, and then boost back up to about here and sprint to the Ghost. Grab it and haul it back into the Mammoth. I got a little lucky there because there was a couple of shielded jackals hiding around that rock. I normally don't see them there, but anyway, we run up here and flip back over to the target designator, which is up on the D-pad, by the way. And as soon as it charges, fire, and the second shot takes out the first particle cannon. And off we go. I'm waiting just a couple of seconds here before I jump back in the Ghost because I don't want to be shot by that sniper jackal with the beam rifle. Make sure he's out of the line of sight. Now we could ride this next little bit out. We could ride it out in safety in the Mammoth, but I'm going to make a dash using the Ghost, okay? And as soon as the front ramp comes down, I follow this route. I'm at full boost. Come around up here on the side of the hill. At this point, I coast for about 2 or 3 counts to get all my boost back, or most of it actually, and then go back into full boost and follow this route. Okay, and I'm running out of boost again, so I get a coast. Alright, and then off to the right a little bit, and I got through that actually without totally losing my shields. I almost did, but because Black Eye's not on, I'm not worried about that because they will recharge. I come up through this little gap here, and then I'm going to boost and lift the nose of the ghost up. I didn't do a great job there, but if you hit the jump key, that will lift the nose of the ghost up, and it makes it a lot easier to get up and over those little rocks and stuff. Now, here we're coming up to get ready to perform one of the oldest tricks in the book in Halo, which is jump out of a vehicle through a solid object. Yep, went out the wrong way. The idea with a ghost is that you want to be looking in the direction you want to go when you jump out. And you should generally, if I'm looking right, I generally will jump out to the right. And what that did is that skipped the need to go through and take out 3 power sources for that force field, fighting a bunch of cubbies that, and each power source had its own little force field. And instead of that, we just jump right through the force field and off we go into the distance. And right now I'm just sprinting, and then when I run out of sprint, I kind of do 3 bunny hops to get my full that's a count that I use to get my full sprint back. Alright, as soon as Commander Lasky says Gypsy Company move out, switch over to target designator, put the first shot on the second particle cannon, and when he says that, I know that the mammoth is in position to fire. That's a good thing to know. Okay, park the ghost up here, and then we're going to jetpack up here. And I saw this. There's a number of approaches to taking out the lich, but I saw Naked Eli do this, and to me this was actually probably the easiest way to do it. As soon as you get that shot on it, second shot on it, jetpack up here. Here comes the lich, and you can just kind of gently boost down to the top of it, run on inside. Okay, whack it once, and then 2 shots with a sniper rifle, and now we want to jump back out and kind of boost and coast on back down to where we left that ghost. And by the way, by meleeing, if Black Eye had been on, I would have got my shields back right there. Okay, take the ghost off the edge like that with thrust, and notice that I started with the nose up so that it wouldn't come nose down and blow up. Okay, right after the screen freeze, we can now move ahead here. Again, nose up right here because it will flip if you don't. And I am going to be using an approach where I just jump. I use the jetpack to jump the acid streams here, because if you go into the streams, you will die instantly, or just about instantly. Okay, notice I'm doing a boost and coast over, and that first one was actually the toughest one. Okay, this is the part of the mission that for some reason, with my copy of the game, I start lagging like crazy. And we'll see that coming up probably here in a moment or two.
They don't care about you. They replaced you.
But regardless, I'm just follow my path to get over the streams and such. Well, this is really interesting because when I was actually playing the game, I was lagging like crazy. Oh, here we go. Here's where the lag comes in. See that? That's probably costing me 15 seconds or so with this much lag. It does drive me nuts when I do this mission to have to deal with this at some point. Because if I'm up there in the middle of a jetpack boost, it's very possible that I can't sense where I'm at in the boost and whether or not I'm going to make it, and sometimes I just fall to my death, and it's really irritating. Also, there's another trick that shaves about 30 seconds off the run that I've done in a speed run, and I first saw No Eyes 10 do, which is jump a big gulch with a ghost back there. And the problem I have with that is that a number of times when I try that little jump, I get caught up in that lag, and that totally screws up my timing. So Besides, I'm not showing it in this run because the approach that I'm using here is a heck of a lot safer. The jump the gulch thing takes a lot of practice. If you're interested in seeing how I do that, then I would recommend going in and looking at my speed run. Alright, anyway, what we've done here is we're running up to the beginning of Sniper Alley, following that path. I wanted to initiate a loading and checkpoint, which I did. And we just immediately turn around and run back. Alright, we're going to jump up a cliff face. We're going to do a jump jetpack and a combination of jump jetpack or into the wall jumps. And the jump jetpack is basically hit the jump key and then immediately jetpack, and you get a little extra boost. And the same thing I did here. Now here, I'm basically pressing myself into the rock face and jetpacking. Notice how much boost I got out of that. That's a nice little technique to have. I'm going to do it again right here on this little rock face. So I run straight in and I get, with a little bit of jetpack boost, it just shoots me up in the air. And that's a nice thing to know. It does come in handy at times. I can't use it here, so I'm going to have to do a jump jetpack up. This is the toughest one. Sometimes it takes more than one try. Alright, and now I'm going to poke my nose through the rock face that really isn't, and then step back, do a sprint jump, and then as soon as I get level with that little platform there, start boosting and coasting over, and see how easily I made it across that gap. Takes a little practice, but it is not a hard thing to do once you get the timing down. Okay, and now we're into the Forerunner structure, and we've totally bypassed a major firefight in Sniper Alley.
Breaking up, but coordinates received, Infinity.
And we come through, the door opens, we go left. Waiting for a sentinel here to open this door. There he comes. Alright, he's going to open this door and get us into the elevator, which is a very slow elevator, by the way, which I was grumbling about when I was trying the speed run.
This elevator should take us directly to the coordinates Infinity provided. Almost like those sentinels wanted us to get the particle cannons offline.
This could be a trap.
You say that like there's a second possibility?
Okay, and that door opens, and we just we're off and sprinting. Okay, through here, straight down this hallway. Ignore that sentinel on the left. He's a diversion. And we run through here and down to the right. And we're headed for the particle cannon network control area. And the idea here is to get Cortana in the system to take the other two particle cannons offline. We took the two of them offline, and she's going to take the other two. And notice that the symbols down there, the two on the left are gold. Those are the ones that are still active. The two on the right that are silver, those are the two that we took out. So we put her into the system, and I know what I'm going to do here, so I know what's going to happen next, actually, what I was trying to say. And I'm going to run on down to this spot here while Cortana does her thing. Here we go. And what's going to happen here is that Cortana is going to deactivate the particle cannons, talk to Infinity, and say, hey, somebody's in here. And actually it's the librarian. And now we've got to go find her again. We've got to go find another place where we can get her out of the system. So we just go across the light bridge, go down here in this alcove, turn left, turn right, go through this little doorway. I'm going to do a jump and jetpack down here and run into the light. Now this is the start of about a 5-minute cutscene where the librarian explains what the heck is going on this planet and who the heck the Didact is. And we come out of the cutscene, I skipped it. She is strengthening the chief. I guess his armor, his DNA, everything. And as soon as we gain control, right about here, okay, we got control back. We run over to this little ramp up, and we wait for the activate waypoint. Okay, grab Cortana, turn, jump back a little bit left and back, and across to this little ledge over here, run down to the end. Okay, and this is where I probably could have, again, done a no shot. And actually I did here. Oh, yeah, I did shoot at him. I was just trying to get him out of the way. Run through here, duck left real quick until that door closes behind us so they can't hit us with fire. And into this elevator.
It's a long story, but I know what the didact's after.
I know that.
And when we come out of we're going to come out of the elevator, make a right, and run through a portal, and that'll bring us back on the outside here. And when we run through the portal, there's a big battle going on, and we're going to skip all that and use a little trickery to get behind a force field and get to the gravity well. The idea with the battle is you got to fight your way to some power sources, which you have to take out, and then the force field will drop. Then you can get to the target designator to put a shot on the gravity well. But we're going to use this approach here. I jump up on this little rock. Again, I'm pressing myself into the rock. I get a little extra boost. Ooh, just barely made it there. Make sure you got full boost back before you try this stuff. Now here I'm jumping straight up because there's a little outcropping off of that rock. And I didn't wait long enough there, darn it. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again. I'm doing my best jumping here. I'm going to run across here and then jump and boost and coast. And just follow this path. You can see the force field there. We're working our way around to it. Actually, there's another approach here where I could have run after a ghost or a hog and use the hog or the ghost to get myself further up the rock face here before I jump up the cliff wall and cut some time off of the run, which is how I did it on the speed run. But to be quite honest, this takes about 30 seconds more to do, but is a lot safer approach. It's very easy to do. Okay, jump down here, and notice I'm using the jetpack to slow my descent. And now we're off and running to the target designator.
Infinity, we're at the gravity well.
And we'll take a shot on the gravity well, and that essentially ends the mission. But we've got to watch some stuff, and then the chief is going to be smugly looking at the gravity well when it blows up, and then we got to skip a cutscene, and then so on and so forth. But this is essentially the end of the mission. I think it took me 17.5 minutes or so, maybe 17. I'm not really sure. It's no big deal. It's pretty quick. But you can see the symbols. That means we're at the end. The challenge is going to pop here momentarily. I hope this helps you in your quest. Oldenaki signing off.